Starting in January 2026, one of the most significant changes in federal gun law in decades officially takes effect, and it's already getting a lot of attention. The federal government has removed the $200 tax stamp requirement for most National Firearms Act items. That includes suppressors and short-barreled rifles. For decades, that fee alone stopped many law-abiding citizens from even considering ownership. Now that financial barrier is gone. For seniors living on a fixed income, this change matters. If you've wanted better hearing protection at the range or a shorter, more manageable rifle for lawful purposes, the upfront cost is no longer standing in your way. You no longer have to pay an extra $200 just to submit an application. But it's important to be clear about what this change does and does not mean. The law itself has not become easier. Every NFA item must still be registered. Fingerprints are still required. Background checks still apply. All federal paperwork remains exactly the same. The only thing that changed is where that $200 goes. Instead of sending it to the government, you keep it. Because of this change, the ATF is already expecting a sharp increase in applications. More applications mean longer wait times. If you submit paperwork in January, approval could take several months. That delay is normal and does not mean something is wrong with your application. The key takeaway here is simple. You're saving money, not skipping the law. Ownership rules, transfer requirements, storage regulations, and transport laws still apply exactly as before. No tax does not mean no responsibility. That responsibility is especially important to understand at the state level, where some laws have become much stricter. Illinois is a clear example. The state has recently enacted one of the toughest gun storage laws in the country, and it is now fully in effect. If you live in Illinois and keep a firearm at home, these rules directly affect you. Imagine this scenario. Your grandkids come over for the weekend. You've always kept a handgun in the nightstand just like you have for years. Under the new Safe Gun Storage Act, that firearm must now be locked in a secure container. If it isn't, and someone gains access who shouldn't, you could face fines of up to $10,000. This is no longer just a warning or a recommendation. It's the law. Anytime a minor, a prohibited person, or someone with certain health conditions could possibly access your firearm, it must be secured. That includes visits from family members, house guests, or even caregivers who come into your home. Illinois has also shortened the reporting window for missing firearms. If a gun is lost or stolen, you now have only 48 hours to report it to police. The old 72-hour rule no longer applies. Miss that deadline and it becomes a criminal offense. These penalties are serious and enforcement is strict. Now is the time to double-check how your firearms are stored. One small oversight could cost you thousands of dollars or create legal trouble you never expected. There is some good news when it comes to costs in other areas. More states are offering fee reductions and benefits for older gun owners, and many people don't even realize they qualify. Mississippi is leading the way. If you're 65 or older in Mississippi, your concealed carry renewal fee drops from $72 to $52. That's $20 saved every renewal cycle. If you're a retired law enforcement officer or a disabled veteran, the cost drops even further. New permits and renewals are just $32. These savings may seem small at first, but over time, they add up. Just remember, a lower fee does not mean a longer grace period. An expired permit is still illegal, no matter how little you paid for it. Set reminders and plan to renew at least 3 months before your permit expires. And don't assume your state offers nothing. Some states now provide longer renewal periods for seniors. Others waive fees entirely for veterans. Many of these programs are poorly advertised. A quick call to your local permit office or a check of state law could reveal benefits you didn't know existed. California gun owners are also seeing changes, though they come with strings attached. The state has adjusted its monthly firearm purchase limit. Instead of being limited to 1 gun every 30 days, residents can now purchase up to 3 firearms within that same period. For someone looking to replace multiple firearms or build out a lawful collection, this provides more flexibility. If you need a rifle for home defense, another for hunting, and a handgun for the range, You no longer have to spread those purchases over 3 months. But the limit is still there. It's now 3 firearms per 30-day period, not unlimited purchases. Every transaction is tracked. Buy 2 firearms early in the month, and you're limited to 1 more before the clock resets. Attempt a 4th, and the sale will be denied automatically. Background checks, waiting periods, and the handgun roster still apply. The system remains tightly controlled. California is also cracking down hard on firearm modifications. Starting in July, it will be illegal to own or sell pistols that can be converted to fire automatically using certain parts or attachments. Devices that turn a semi-automatic pistol into something that functions like a machine gun are now explicitly banned. If you own a Glock or similar pistol and have ever considered adding an auto-sear or related part, this is where you need to stop. Under the new law, even possession of these conversion-capable setups can be treated as ownership of a prohibited machine gun. Licensed dealers can no longer sell these firearms or the parts that make them convertible. Many gun owners purchased these parts years ago without realizing the risk. What was once considered a novelty or a hobby upgrade is now a serious criminal offense. This is especially important for seniors and hobbyists who enjoy customizing or building firearms. What used to be a weekend project could now lead to felony-level consequences if you're not careful. California has also expanded penalties related to ghost guns and unfinished firearms. Certain gun-related misdemeanors now carry consequences that can strip you of your firearm rights for 10 years. That's not a typo. 10 years, even without a felony conviction. Any unfinished receivers or home-built firearms must now be fully serialized and registered. If they are not, they are considered illegal under state law, even if they never leave your safe. The state has closed nearly every loophole in this area. There are no warnings and no second chances. One mistake could make your entire collection off limits overnight. If you're unsure whether your parts comply, stop and get clarity. A short conversation with a qualified attorney could save you years of trouble. At the federal level, many gun owners have been hoping for nationwide concealed carry recognition. Senate Bill 65, known as the Constitutional Carry Reciprocity Act, was designed to do exactly that. The idea was simple. If you have a valid concealed carry permit in your home state, it would be recognized everywhere, similar to a driver's license. As of now, nothing has changed. The bill has not passed, and no votes have been taken. Reciprocity still depends entirely on state-to-state agreements. That means your permit may be valid in one neighboring state but completely illegal in another. Always check reciprocity maps before traveling. The good news is that no major federal laws specifically targeting older gun owners have passed this year. Previous reporting rules involving certain seniors were repealed years ago and have not returned. Still, staying informed is essential. Laws can change quickly, often with little warning. If you plan to travel with firearms, preparation is critical. Air travel requires firearms to be unloaded, locked in a hard-sided case, placed in checked luggage, and declared at the airline counter. Ammunition must be stored properly, and extra screening is now common. Give yourself time and expect questions. And if you're thinking about traveling internationally, pause. Mexico does not allow private firearm imports. Canada requires permits and advance approval, even for basic hunting rifles. Your U.S. permit does not carry over the border. Local laws matter too. Some cities ban firearms in parks, government buildings, or other public areas. These zones are not always clearly marked, and ignorance is not a defense. Before you travel, check local rules along your route and at your destination. Staying lawful today requires more attention than ever, but with the right information and a little planning, you can protect your rights, your wallet, and your peace of mind.